Good evening, SOBs, and welcome back to another edition of Stream of Blood. Tonight, Chapter 8 of Vampires of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, a city steeped in Gothic lore. I am your storyteller and host for the evening, Jared Logan. I want to thank you guys for coming here. I want to thank White Wolf and Modifius and Jason Carl and all those folks that designed the game for designing such a great game. And I want to let you know about the other streams that we're doing Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to do another edition of our Stream of Blood Laboratory where we showcase new games with their creators. Sometimes the games might not be super new, but their creator will be there running them, or we will be discussing different topics to do with the mechanics of role-playing games and kind of delving into them with people that know about them, but also playing a game. So check that out. It's Friday, 6 p.m., and we'll be playing another edition of the Hero Instant with its creator, Andy Ashcraft, who created kind of a cool DC Universe / horror setting for us. So that's Friday. Sunday, Volume 3 of the Neptune Society, our Call of Cthulhu campaign with a rotating cast. Last week, we had Henry Zabrowski, Becca Scott, Humphrey Carr, and it was incredible. I really want you guys to tune into that one because I have insane, giant plans for it. But enough about that. Enough. Promoting the other stuff. Let's get into what we're here to do tonight because we have a really dangerous situation that has posed itself to our players tonight, and I'm really anxious to figure out how they get out of it. One other thing I had to mention. If you came in early, you heard music on the stream, and that is our new theme song, Get Pink, that was created by a fan of the stream, Axel Kazis Taylor. I hope I'm saying that right. Maybe it's Kazis Taylor. Anyway, thank you, Axel. Okay, let's bring our players in and let's get into this dangerous situation I mentioned. Let's do this. He is a fantastic artist, improviser, actor, and one of the greatest natural role players I've ever met. I think it might be in his genetics. Please welcome the very funny Mr. Ross Bryant, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Oh, now that one I know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no more hellish classic.
Yeah.
Side of a couple,
have you read that?
You know what? I'm realizing upon cracking it that I had this in the house growing up, but I never have. So it's got to be in the queue. But apropos
you do
to your
realize
very,
that I've based each chapter of Vampires of Pittsburgh off of a different layer of the Inferno.
Oh, wow. So I'll just have to see if I'm in the realm of evil counselors or...
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Flatterers.
That's sort of like the cheat guide for you. Like you could look it up what's happening. Like you look up the monsters in the monster manual when you cheat at 5e. Not that you do, but when people do. Mm-hmm. All right, Ross, thanks for coming back. I'm going to bring out our other funners here. Let's see. Well, before I do that, I want to mention Ross has been doing incredible artwork for us in our Neptune Society game, and Ross will be on the next Neptune Society game on Sunday. Are you excited about that?
I'm very excited to delve into a world of watery horrors and Neptunes.
Right, in the 19th century, which is kind of a world of watery horror in and of itself.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking about Curtis tonight? Like, how are you feeling about where he's at and what his chances are?
I mean, he got left in a pretty sticky situation, but he is facing dogs, which we know he has an affinity for. So we'll see. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's bring out our next player. She is a fantastic actress who you can see on Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet, among 100 other things. She's a streamer. She's just a pleasure to play with. Please welcome the very funny Miss Ashley Burch.
Hello.
Get Pink. Hello.
I'm upping the production value. As our production value goes up, the production value of this thing, it's gone now, goes up.
You're always like, can you see it? Can you see it? But I saw it perfectly that time. Did you hire someone to create the graphic or?
I hired myself 5 seconds before this with an app editor that I got on the Google Play Store.
That's called resourcefulness. Something you'll need in tonight's session. What do you think about where Jen is hanging out and what's going to happen to her tonight? Are you worried about the situation you guys find yourselves in?
I'm definitely worried about the boys. Jen's probably currently having an awkward conversation with the ghoul in the car, having no idea what's going on. She's playing Sudoku or something. So she has no idea the trouble that the boys are in yet.
Jen has followed her mission parameter of stay in the car once again.
Jen knows she's deadliest in a car. That's really her secret weapon.
Great. Yeah, maybe I'll just recap a little bit of last week for anybody who's not caught up if you're like a new player. So to get quickly to the point, the players followed the cell phone of Stu Hedley, the barfly, who they were kind of trying to hunt down for the Camarilla. That was the mission given to them by their adoptive sires of the Camarilla, to find Stu Hedley, to get information from him about the Anarch movement in Pittsburgh. They knew he was connected because Stu Hedley, a.k.a. the Barfly, does all this anarchy stuff. He hunts and poaches in places he's not wanted, some of which are Camarilla-controlled hotspots, nightclubs, and bars. So they followed him to... first they got his cell phone, then they got a couple other clues. Then they followed all of those clues to a pretty interesting garage way out in McKeesport, outside of town, filled with vintage motorcycles. And right before the shit hit the fan, Jen was out in the car with a detective that was kind of helping her, sent by Churchill Jackson. Curtis had snuck in the back fence and was met by 3 snarling Doberman guard dogs. And Miles Vanderbuck had talked his way into the showroom, posing as a customer that wanted a specific showing at like very late in the evening. And just as he was about to, feeling good about his acting skills, he heard someone walk in behind him. That's a good time to bring in Miles Vanderbuck. This is the guy that plays Miles Vanderbuck. He is a good pal, a lifelong role player. He has improv specials called Middleditch and Schwartz on Netflix. Please welcome Thomas Middleditch, everybody.
Oh, hi there. Just coming down my spiral staircase.
That is the best entrance you could have for one of these things. That's incredible.
Weird Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
How's it going, Tom?
It's going great. What a busy day I've had of sitting in front of the computer.
Yeah. No, I get it. So what do you think? Do you think your character's in trouble tonight, or do you think you've got this under control? You have 1 health level, I think, and the rest are filled with aggravated damage.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Knowing you, Jared, I'm never comfortable with the safety of my character.
That's right, because I kill characters. I know you guys haven't seen me do it yet, but if you played with me at home, which we can't do right now due to a global pandemic, but right after it's over, I want all of you to come over to my house, and I will kill your character. Yeah, so I will personally murder each of your characters. Well, that's it. I gave the recap. I've introduced our players, so shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any business or questions before we begin? Sometimes these games require such things to be answered before they start.
Do I have booze on me?
I don't remember you grabbing any. But you were at an Irish bar directly prior to this.
That is true.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a intelligence plus... Oh, what would be a good stat? Intelligence plus streetwise to remember that you use these things, or a plus occult I would accept as well.
Okay, let's see. I think my hunger is at a 2 right now. It says it's at a 3.
That probably is because it is at a 3. You guys were very hungry and you got it down a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay, so that would
Good
be...
news is you can't frenzy on this roll exactly because it's kind of like this happened earlier kind of. We're just we're checking to see if you remembered to bring booze with you.
I failed.
Okay, I'm afraid that you did not think to do that. And so, unarmed, Jen Brown sits in the back of an old Cutlass Supreme, the unnamed ghoul that, sort of works for Churchill Jackson, that you guys all met and found out was sort of Church's mole inside the police department. Not the official Camarilla mole, but Church's personal mole. He's sitting in the front seat. Ashley, did you say that Jen was in the front passenger?
That's what I imagined. I don't know if I said that, but that's what I imagined.
And you guys are sitting, out on this old country road. There's a lot of greenery here, thick trees and bushes. So it's kind of hard. Your job is to kind of watch this driveway that leads up to this motorcycle lot. But it's kind of hard to kind of watch the lot itself or even see the house that's sort of on the other side of the driveway because of all this greenery. So, but since it is your job to kind of watch, why don't you give me a wits plus awareness roll?
Wits plus awareness. I think that's one of my go-tos. Let's see. God, I'm so hungry. Okay, 5. Okay. Success, but just
Great.
one.
Just one success. Okay. So I have written down how many successes I need for you to do certain things. And one is not enough to quite see what is happening in the house, but it might be enough to see something else that's going on. So
did I hear the dogs?
The dogs are they're quite a ways away from you, they're a couple football fields away. They're back behind trees and a building. So maybe you don't. But you might see something else. Let me check. Let's see here. Okay. One success, you say.
One success, I say.
No, you don't see anything. But after a couple of minutes of the awkward small talk you talked about with this detective guy or this police officer guy who isn't at liberty to even give you his name, suddenly he kind of perks up and looks out down the country road you're on into the blackness, and he goes, "Who's that?"
Who's that?
Yeah, good time.
Ashley, behind you.
Behind you.
Oh, food.
It's pizza delivery.
Hey, Mort.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, Mort. Hey,
dude, I love Mort. I haven't seen that guy in forever, and this is the weirdest way to bump into him again.
Yeah.
Hashtag classic Mort.
Mort is always delivering pizza to people. All right. Well, that was the perfect time for Mort to enter, but let's deal with our other entrance. Some kind of figure. Apparently, your detective friend has spotted some sort of figure coming down the country road, and before you know it, he's pulling his gun, and he is opening the door, and he's like, "Wait here," and he's going out into the night. Do you want to do anything?
Whoa. Where are you going?
I'm gonna see who this is.
You're just gonna leave me?
You'll be fine. I'll be right back.
Oh my God. Can I look in the car for anything? I would like to look for booze. I would like to look for secret information, anything, or weapons, anything.
In the old Cutlass Supreme here, Churchill's ride. Let's see. Yeah, why don't you just look into the glove compartment?
Okay, I do so.
Okay, and give me a wits plus investigation roll.
Where are my wits? Where's my investigation? Ah, shit. Well, this is going to be all hunger die. Total failure.
Okay, no problem. I think that you can dig through the glove compartment and you only find like the registration and things like that. You don't find anything like you just mentioned that'd be really useful, like maybe some booze or something like that. But if you'd like to go back and check the trunk, I'd allow it. He has left the keys in the ignition.
He has?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to take them.
Okay, you have them.
Is it the type of car where I can scurry over the seats to get into the trunk, or do I have to go out and around?
It's an old one. I think you probably have to go out and around.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, so Jen comes out of the car and she's looking for something she can use, something that she can make use of, and she puts the key into the lock. And that's when up ahead, and it's very dark, along this like old country road, she suddenly hears, "Hey, no!" Bang, 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 and sees the gun go off a couple times, and two figures struggling in the dark, and the gun goes off. And then we cut to Curtis. Curtis, you have just scrambled over the fence into the kind of junkyard lot behind the garage. You had to kind of go down some hills that were heavily wooded. You had to do some really cool gangrel shit to leap over the fence. And when you landed inside the junkyard behind the garage, these huge mastiffs, these big Dobermans, to be specific, came running at you. There are 3 of them. They're snarling. They look like their job is to rip anybody apart who comes through here. What are you going to do?
I would like to use animalism.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. You're going to use the power, I believe, called Feral Whispers. That's going to require a rouse check from you, my friend.
Okay, and that is I just
roll one die and see if you get a success. If you do, this will not make you hungrier.
Success.
Oh, very good. Okay. So you are not hungrier, which is good because I think you're still at like 3 hunger.
That's right.
Okay. We don't want that to get higher. And you can now use your power. You feel the blood in you like kind of like start to like call out to the beast, like snarling in their language. Now, in order to communicate with these beasts, you need to roll a manipulation plus animal check.
Okay.
You have a 2 animalism, and I think your manipulation is one of your lower traits.
It is.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I need 2 successes on this. Normally I'd call for 3 because there's 3 dogs, but these dogs really take cues off of each other and kind of act as a pack. So 2 successes will do it for me.
No.
Total failure.
A total failure. Okay.
Can't you use like willpower or whatever? What's that trick where you can use things?
You could use willpower. You could spend a point of willpower and re-roll, except that Curtis only has hunger dice right now.
That's right.
And hunger dice cannot be re-rolled in that way. He has 3 hunger, and that was a 3-die pool. So, Curtis, you're about to just have a fight with dogs. Probably one of the most gangrel things you could fucking do.
All right.
That's so gangrel.
That's so gangrel. Here we go.
Next on Bravo.
Sorry, Thomas. Right now, you look exactly like that Team Fortress 2 character. I just had to say it. I'm sorry.
Wait,
do you know
which one?
Oh my God, what's his name?
Spy?
The bat. You know who I'm talking about? He literally has your headset on with a microphone. Scout. You look exactly.
Scout. Yeah, someone was everybody in the chat's like Scout. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start this fight with you.
I tried
Curtis.
to have different headphones, but it wouldn't connect.
Good. It's a good look.
The dogs are leaping at you. What are you doing?
Holy free holies.
Come on, Curtis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feel the dog, the wolf, the predator within. I just want to grab the one whichever one is leaping at me, like by the scruff of the neck.
Okay, great. So why don't we both make attacks?
Okay.
So you make a let's call it a dexterity plus brawl.
Okay.
And this doggy will make a dexterity plus brawl. Oh dear. Okay. Let me know how you did.
4 successes.
Okay, this dog made 0 successes. The one that leapt at you. So you got that one by the throat, and the other 2 are coming at you as well. We're gonna now go inside. Great. Where Miles Vanderbuck is talking to apparently the owner or proprietor, introduced himself, I think, as Costa.
And something happened, and I believe the last words out of my mouth last week were, I punched his face into a fine mist.
Oh, really? Yeah, with that guy, the guy that you were already talking to. But
yeah, because I knew he was on to me.
You heard someone behind you as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm punching this guy's face.
Make the attack. Go for it. Yeah, and you do lethal damage with your hand to hand. So we'll keep that in mind. Give me a Dex plus Brawl.
Oh man, my actual ability to punch is not good.
Well, let's see what this guy's actual ability to dodge you is, or to evade you is. Okay, I've got it here. Where's he going?
This Sundog's cold.
Okay.
Meatloaf's cold.
I know how he's done.
Okay, I got a 1 success.
Okay, he got 2 successes. Yeah, so he dodges you and gets out of the way as you throw a punch. And then you suddenly feel yourself grabbed from behind. Well, let's make sure you feel yourself grabbed from behind. Let's make sure that that's actually happening.
You know, if you have a small dog like me, you can warm her up with an improvised Shakespeare Company scarf. One of the premier improv Shakespeare groups, which Bross is a member of, as well as myself.
Yeah. Be sure to see the Improvised Shakespeare Company, any videos they have online right now, and later go to see them live. Yeah. And
doers of improv and makers of fine thermal dog caddies.
Yeah, order their dog merch, their dog sweaters, they have little Shakespearean outfits for dogs. Okay, yeah, you do feel someone grab you from behind, and throw you. And because you've kind of already taken an action this turn, you can't do anything else. So your character, but he only made 2 successes, so I don't think it's like, but this guy's very strong. So that actually equals 4 successes, and you go flying across the dealership. You smash into some bikes. I'm going to count that. I'm going to be really nice and say this first attack just does 1 superficial damage on you. Okay, because he just kind of throws you to the floor, and now you're looking at a guy who's like walking toward you. He's got like a leather jacket on, a tank top underneath, a gold chain around his neck. He's got a big black mane, a puffy 90s hair. He's wearing mirror shades at 2 a.m, and you can see what it looks like when someone doesn't get pink. And it doesn't look pretty. He's coming toward you, and he looks dead. And he's like, "You fucking fuck! You killed my fucking family!"
Oh no!
Stu's home.
Stu has arrived. You're finally meeting him in person.
Hi, Stu.
Hey, can I have a quick recap of the amounts and types of damages I have? Because I think it's
right. So right now, how many little health boxes do you have that are your health boxes? 6
total full babies.
Okay. And then right now I believe you healed 1 point of aggravated because you had a full bar of aggravated from that werewolf attack. Correct. So you just have 1 little boxy that you are taking care of very carefully, or you're going to go down. Okay. So here's how health works, okay? He just did 1 superficial to you, okay? That means that you can rouse your blood and you can heal that, an amount of damage equal to your stamina. The problem is you have a stamina that's pretty high, but like you can't heal those aggravated damage boxes. They stay aggravated damaged.
I gotta feed on that or something.
You gotta actually wait till the next night and do like another rouse check. Like those aggravated boxes heal very slowly. Maybe this is something we should have talked about more in depth before we were in a fight in a motorcycle showroom, but it's too late now.
Too late.
Let's go back to Jen Brown, who's outside and has just seen a very disturbing thing. Jen, do you want to continue to go into the trunk, or do you want to deal with whatever's happening up ahead?
I want to go in the trunk because I'm hoping that there are sharp things or fiery things in them.
Okay, you pop the trunk, and inside of the trunk, you find. I want you to make. No, don't worry about rolling. This stuff's just here. Okay, you find wooden stakes that have kind of been like put in here, like as an arsenal. You find a plastic bag that has a handgun in it, and now I want you to make a wits plus investigation roll.
Okay. Oh, my investigation is complete shit. Okay. One moment. Oh God, total failure.
Okay, that's okay. Those are the things that you find: the gun in the bag and the stakes. I mean, there's like a lot of leather boxes and crap in here, but you're like, I don't have time to look through all this.
Okay, so we've established I have a tote, right? I have like a sling, like a.
What if I was like the storyteller who's like, you can't have a tote? Yes, you have a tote.
I have a tote. I'm gonna shove the
totes are OP. Okay.
I'm gonna shove the wooden stakes in my tote.
Okay, there are 10 of them. Do you want all of them?
Yes.
Okay,
totally.
You're just like throwing them in, yeah.
And then I'm gonna like kind of like shakily take the handgun out and be like, God, which one Curse say was the safety? And hopefully unclick the safety and then sort of duck around the car and kind of look.
Oh, okay. So are you kind of trying to hide, or are you kind of presenting yourself?
I'm kind of trying to hide.
Okay, then why don't you give me a Dex plus stealth roll?
Oh, fuck. I'm the worst possible person to be in this situation. I don't even have enough to roll.
Yeah, Jen knows everything, but, some of her field expertise is not up to the level of, full-on battle. It's okay. She'll survive. I bet. Maybe. Let's hope.
I don't have enough. I have 0 whatever stealth, and I only have 2 dex, and so I don't even have enough to roll.
That's okay. You're gonna roll 2 hunger die and see how it goes. Yeah.
Total failure, wouldn't you know?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna roll. I'm going to rule that even if, it's not a bestial failure or whatever, like you're just like, it's a regular failure. So you're just kind of very obviously seeable, and you don't know if you're, because you're kind of shaking and like there's a little bit of your hair and your shoulder kind of sticking out from the side of the car. And then you hear a voice say, all right, honey, come out from back there.
How far away does it sound like?
The female voice. What's that?
How far away does it sound like it
20 feet away?
Fuck. So there's no way I could
this person has approached the car after dealing with your ghoul friend.
Oh God. I can't see anything, I'm guessing, right?
Well, you don't have any kind of dark vision power. It's pretty dark, but if you want, I could give you a wits plus awareness to kind of try to see her out here. She's pretty close now.
Okay. Wits plus awareness. Okay. Fucking total fucking failure every time.
Yeah.
You can't see her. She seems to be
hunger dice
wreathed in darkness or something, but you can see and she's wearing all black or something. You can't see her. So I want to ask you, what do you want to do?
How far away is the but there's a gate that's locked now, huh? I was wondering how far away I am from.
So the house is the house. I mean, so there are 2 things down there. You kind of don't even know about the house because you didn't go down there like miles. But basically, you go down a driveway that kind of slopes down onto some property, and then it goes back up. And on one side of it is the garage with the showroom and everything, and on the other side there's an old farmhouse. You know that as a player, but maybe not your character at this point. You could run in that direction. The person who's coming toward you is on the far side of the car from the driveway. You're closer to the driveway than she is. So you could make a run for it.
I'm going to get back in the car and turn it on.
And I feel like I should interject to remind that Ruby is in the back seat of the car.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Let me make a
Ruby,
couple rolls.
the lovable familius pitbull.
Yes, Ruby, your familius, your familiar that you use with your animalism powers. The pit bull is in the back seat of the car, and this is interesting. You go to open the door of the car, Jen Brown, and Ruby leaps out, growling and spitting drool, and grabs a hold of whoever this person is. And you hear the woman that she's grabbing go, "Shit, fuck." Meanwhile.
Okay.
Clever girl.
Curtis, where are we here? Oh yeah, you had one dog and the other two were leaping toward you.
I've got
so
one
let
in the
me
Caesar
know.
Milan grip, and the other two are leaping towards me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the body of the one that's dangling from this arm and almost like try to stooges with the.
You're gonna try to throw it at the other two, kind of.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, you have many cool powers, but you're not really like a super strong vamp. So I'm gonna rule that that's a strength plus brawl roll, and in order for you to like kind of knock them down or slow them down or something, you're gonna need to make. I want 3 successes here.
Okay. Oh boy.
Come on, all Ross.
Well, I got successes. You could say I got multiple successes. Unfortunately, it was 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so that's okay. What I'm going to rule is like you toss that dog and it doesn't really kind of hinder the other two. It just kind of slams to the ground and you do, let's see. Well, you do. Yeah, you got 2 successes, right? So you do 2 more damage on the dog. Let's see here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It looks like it's hurt, but the other 2 can attack you now because they are not hindered by your throw. So here comes one that bites at you. And this dog is biting you for a total of, oh man, it's real bad, I'm afraid. Yeah. It's got 4 successes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loretta.
And the other one is biting you, and it's got 1, 2, 3. 4 successes. What do we want to do about this? It looks like you're getting ripped to pieces by these dogs, right?
Don't it?
But is that vampire damage or just normal damage?
It is only vampire damage, so it's just superficial damage.
So
yeah.
It's not magical damage. You're taking 8. So how many health levels do you have?
So I have 6 total. I have
6, okay.
1 is crossed out. I think I got 2 superficials, and so it's.
I think did you get them coming into this complex? No, that was something from before. Those would have healed already. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna take your whole bar and superficial damage, and then you're gonna turn 2 into X's because then it starts over at the beginning and makes the wounds worse, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But you can heal equal to your stamina with a rouse roll. And I don't believe that takes an action. You can just do it once per turn. So do you start doing that?
Yeah.
Give me a rouse roll. It's going to make you hungrier.
You can also eat the dogs, though.
What's that?
You can eat the dogs, right?
He can eat the dogs. He can.
Gonna do that.
Am I gonna do that?
Am I gonna do that?
I might be gonna do that.
Look, am I gonna do that? I guarantee.
You gotta understand, the 92 Bulls were a team that could not be beat.
Can that be our new catchphrase on this show? I might gonna do that.
Laissez bon temps rouler. I'm not gonna do that. Mes amis. Zatarans.
How'd that rouse roll go there?
Sorry,
Curtis?
this has never happened. This has never happened to me before. I swear, but my internet is being uncooperative.
Yeah, right.
Sure, buddy. That's why baby Jared keeps a couple real live dice right near him. You ready? I'm gonna rouse roll for you.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Or do I? Success.
You don't get hungrier, and now you can heal a number of. You can turn those X's back into regulars, and you can heal 2 of the regulars. Does that make sense?
No. So the two X's are both done.
They are now 1 slashes,
and 2 of the solo slashes are gone.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because wait, how many stamina do you have?
We got it.
3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, Secret Storyteller Clint is here. Help me out.
Yeah, so superficial damage is actually halved before we need to worry about his healing.
Oh, right.
Thank you to Frequent Beef in the chat.
So.
Okay. Let's go back. You took 4. You took like 8, but then it would have only been 4 altogether anyway.
Right.
And then you can heal.
Okay. So
that's better.
What I took was 4 superficial damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I healed 3.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
Let's go to Miles Vanderbuck. Miles, this guy's standing over you, and I can tell you what he's going to do right now, which is he's going to make a willpower roll to see if he frenzies on you. What would you like to do?
Maybe I want to frenzy on him.
Maybe. Oh man,
Okay.
He doesn't frenzy yet.
Okay, I want to quickly look to the left or right. Is there anything near me, like a hatchet or a tire iron or any type of bike tool?
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Well, there's definitely a bike near you, like a classic vintage bike. Right beside you. And yeah, there is in fact like kind of like a socket wrench that he's by throwing you, he's like knocked things around and like one has come loose and like skittered across the floor.
Okay.
And he's now saying like, so where are your friends, old man? Huh?
They're here on the premises. We've got you surrounded.
How many of you are there?
I'm not going to tell you that. There's more than just me, though, pal. And listen, buddy. Let's talk now. We don't have to get violent. We don't have to start throwing punches for no reason.
I'm going to lock you in here and let the sun burn your skin off. You old sick fuck!
Grab the tire irons, try to smash his legs.
Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of going for a cold shot to knock his feet out from under him, right?
Yeah.
He kind of used his turn to try to get information out of you. You gave him some, which made him kind of like, cool, I can keep pumping you for it. And now I'm gonna let you try that. So go ahead and give me a.
He's not a fighter. He's a 6-year-old man.
Yeah,
this would be some fights when he was 15.
This is a Dex plus melee roll.
Melee.
A little bit better.
Okay, great. And you're calling your shot a little bit, but you're not really. You're already on the floor and you're hitting the thing closest to you, which are his legs. So just do your best and see how many successes he gets.
How about 3, which is the maximum possible success for me at this time?
What? Serious?
Wow.
So Miles is like, you're surrounded, I swear. And he's like, you old fuck. And you go, whack. And his legs come out from under him and he smashes to the ground beside you. Okay.
That's lethal damage, right? Or is that? Oh, that's only to not. Muggles.
I mean, he's gonna make his rouse roll any second. Yeah. He's very pale skinned, so you can assume. Jen Brown, you are watching the dog Ruby now like rip at this woman. She is like very beautiful. She's in like a black turtleneck. She's got like flowing black hair, very pale skin. I would describe her as like Satana from Faster Pussycat, Kill. Like that's kind of her vibe and look. And she's like trying to like get this dog off of her. And she's going to try to do that this round. The Ruby's going to attack her. let's see how it all goes. This is Ruby's attack.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
Do vampires have like a game recognized game type of thing? Like, can I tell if she's a vampire just by looking at her?
I'd say in this particular case, you definitely can, and the reason is because she's very pale.
Okay.
And she just managed to overcome a guy with a gun, and you knew you were looking into some, you're trying to look into some anarch vampires. But I mean, like, the reason I always tell you guys you have to get pink is it's immediately visible to someone who's looking. Like,
right, of course.
You look at her and you're like, that's the death look. So
okay.
Let's see how she does against the dog. Okay. Here she goes. Okay, so unfortunately, she only rolled successes against Ruby.
Shit.
So rather than belabor the point, you see this woman just like somewhat, like ruthlessly, like come down as hard as she can with like some sort of like hand-to-hand skills on the dog's neck. Ruby goes yipe and like kind of like is like shuffling off, like trying to like drag herself away. And now the woman is like, fuck, and looking at her arm, and like you can see her like kind of like her going like pulsating pink for a second as she's trying to heal the damage. What would you like to do?
So I'm at the door, right?
Ruby.
My precious baby.
The car. That's right.
Door, Ruby jumped out, and
yes.
Can I say that in that time, I've scrambled to the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Car is on.
Yeah.
I want to run this bitch over.
Give me a Dex plus drive roll.
Son of a bitch.
Here we go again.
Oh my god, I'm going to get another total failure.
Jen Brown's greatest discipline is her car. Is cars.
Please. Fuck. Total failure.
Total failure?
Yeah.
Okay, but not like a bestial failure.
No,
okay.
No.
So what I'm gonna rule is that you actually don't get the car started and like you're just like scrambling while she's like fighting with the dog and like healing herself and all this stuff, and you actually don't get it shut before like her hand lands on the door and it's like she's like looking in at you. And now we come back to Curtis. Okay, Curtis, these dogs are ripping you to pieces. And what would you like to do?
I mean, can I try that animism thing again?
You certainly can try the animalism thing again.
Yeah, I will do that. And it was manipulate plus animalism?
That's right. Mm-hmm. And remember that you need to roll rouse again as well.
Oh, to do it. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Failure.
On your rouse?
Correct.
Okay, so you are now at hunger 4. And now roll your animalism roll.
We're in a tight spot.
Oh boy! Oh,
it didn't work.
These leads.
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
1 success.
1 success. Okay, I'm gonna rule that one of the dogs like suddenly stops and is like, and the other one's like still like grappling with you. The one you threw is kind of like getting up and like licking its wounds, but like one of them is still on you, and he is going to keep attacking. And here he goes. Okay. This is 4 successes again, but as we established before, it's only 2 more superficial damage.
All right.
Okay. And remember, you can heal once per round. I think that you can. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. I want to make sure you can do that once per round. Yeah, you just have to rouse the blood. And your blood potency determines how often you can rouse the blood. Okay. Yeah, I think we're okay on this right now. Why don't we wait and maybe Clint can find out. Can he heal every round? We need to find that out. But in the meantime, you only have one dog on you right now, and one dog is kind of like sitting and listening to you.
Good.
Then we come to Miles Vanderbuck again. Miles, Stu has like landed beside you.
Great. I'd like to scramble up and see if I can run.
Great. You can run the way you came in, which was through a front door that led into the showroom.
I was thrown across the room in some way.
Yeah, you were thrown across the room. There's also kind of like a side door that maybe leads into where you saw like the actual garage where they would actually work on things. That's kind of like, from where you were thrown, that's kind of to your right. There's the door you came in, which is past Stu and past all the other guys. But there's no like door in this showroom. There's just like a big window here that you could smash through if you wanted to.
I want the door that is the closest to me without any obstacles in between.
Great. Give me a Dex plus Athletics roll because there's lots of obstacles everywhere, but maybe you can run over to it.
Oh boy, let's see how this does. 2 successes?
2 successes. That's enough. You run and you make it to that door and you throw it open and you're looking at this little hallway between this showroom area and what looks like maybe the garage area. You can see a door right into the garage. It's open. You can see like bikes and parts in there. And then this hallway leads back and you can see like restrooms on either side and then stairs down the hallway.
I book it for the stairs.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't think you can go quite that far yet, but you've got that door open and Stu's behind you on the floor. And who knows what Jake Costa is doing, but we'll find out in a second. And now we're back to Jen Brown. The woman's kind of like sitting there, like looking down into your car. She looks really pissed off.
To try to do.
Okay, what would you like to try to do?
I have the handgun. I want to put it because I'm point blank, so I shouldn't be able to miss. In theory, I want to shoot her through the window, right in the head.
Okay, she's going to try to do something first, which is she has eye contact with you now. No. And suddenly it's like, well, let's see if you can do the gunshot before she does her thing. So what I'm going to do is let you roll Dex plus firearms. And if you get more success, you're not resisting her thing, you're doing your thing. She's going to try
get a bunch of successes. Ashley.
I don't have firearms. Pardon me.
Okay, so you'll just be rolling your Dex if you do this.
Okay. Come on, baby.
Just remember, get a bunch of successes.
That's all you got to do.
If you had to guess what I got, what would you guess?
Would we be guessing
total
based
failure.
on like previous?
Yeah, based on the previous experience that I've had this game.
TF.
Oh yeah. Big old TF. Just a solid. I probably shoot myself in the head somehow.
That's what they say, right? If you flip a coin 50 times, it'll come up heads every time.
Okay.
Explodes.
Okay, so you're fumbling with your gun, and you didn't get the safety right, even though Curtis told you several times.
Yep.
And you do not fire it. And she looks into your eyes, and it's like all of a sudden only her eyes become your whole world. And she says, "Come with me to the house." And I'm going to let you resist it. You were going to resist this with a intelligence plus resolve roll.
Okay, better. Okay. So that's do math, Ashley. Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. She unbelievably only got 1 on her mesmerize roll. So you are not in her power. What do you want to do?
Can I try to fire the gun again?
Next time I come back to you. Curtis, Clint came through with the healing rules are. You can only heal 1 superficial damage per round because you have a low blood potency. If you have higher blood potency, you can do more.
So I should have more damage.
I'm sorry I had that all mixed up. But what I'll say is instead, why don't you just Yeah, why don't you just like not heal for the next 2 rounds? Because I think you healed 3 before, and we'll be straight. That feels like it'd be pretty straight to me.
Cool.
And so what would you like to do? You've got a dog that's listening to you, a dog licking its wounds, and a dog ripping you to pieces.
And the dog is attached to my. It's like I'm the police dummy, and it's
right.
I want to try to grip it and rip it. I'm going to bite this dog. And
You're feeding.
Me gonna suck at the dog.
I'm going to suck that dog. All right. So I think that's going to be just a high difficulty brawl attack roll. Give me a dexterity plus brawl. Actually, make it a strength plus brawl. And I think that you need to give me. I think I need 3 successes for this one.
Ooh, steep.
Brawl. Okay. Yeah, grapple. 2, 3.
Oh, but you have a grappling bonus.
I do.
So you get to add a die to that.
Right. You still don't make too much. 3, 5. Okay. Würfeln. 2 successes.
Do you have any you can re-roll?
Do I have any I can re-roll? Yes.
Spend a willpower. Actually. Spend one of your willpower and re-roll it.
Spent. And
you can re-roll all the dice that were not hunger dice that failed.
Okay, that's 1 dice. Success.
Hey!
The dog suddenly like goes limp in your arms as you like feed from it. And are we feeding? Well, I mean, are you going to drain it till it's dead?
I'm gonna drain that dog.
I think you are. Okay. So,
dude, you're sucking a dog.
Lay off me, man.
That sounds like, dude, you're getting Adele. Dude, you're sucking a dog.
Second session in a row where we've made Dell references.
Yeah, yes. Man. We love Dell.
That's why
Dell.
It was in my head.
Get it, Dell.
Yeah,
dude, you're sucking a dog. Okay. Yeah, you've got this dog. So the other dog is kind of like sitting there, like its tail wagging, and the one that was licking its wounds is kind of still kind of like. And
I say maybe that I bring it to the ground, and it's now just. A casual passerby would just be like, "Oh, there are 4 dogs in there, and one is kind of playing with the other."
Go ahead and take your hunger down to, I think 2 now, because I think an animal can only take it down by 1. And
I was at 4, so I'm now at 3.
Oh, you went up to 4. Shit, you're down to 3 now. And we're gonna move on to Miles Vanderbuck. Miles, you're gonna, are you gonna run down that hallway? You going for the stairs?
I think so.
Or you want to go into the garage?
Well, a garage. Would a garage have another way to open and then get out of the house? Maybe.
The stairs lead upward, you know?
Oh, upward.
Yeah, they don't lead down, they lead up.
I'd like to go up the stairs, and if it's down the hallway, I'd like to in a classic foot chase style. If there's like a tool cabinet or something, like
right. I mean, there's a water cooler.
Yeah.
Like the mechanics. So as you like run, you do the hallway chase thing of knocking the water cooler over.
I slide under the 2 guys who are transporting a sheet of glass.
I think that Stu has to roll to see again if he. I mean, here he's just gonna do his. He's gonna do his. I'm trying to decide what he should do here. First, I'm just going to have him chase you. That's the first thing he does. Yeah, he gets only 2 successes on his like getting up and running after you. So he's like coming around the corner just into the hallway and sees you like knock over the water cooler and head up the stairs. And now it is Jen Brown's turn again. You want to try to shoot her again?
I would really like to shoot her in the head.
Oh, okay. Well, shooting in the head is a called shot, but you are remarkably close and looking right into her eyes. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and roll a dex plus Dex plus firearms, of which you have none. I'm going to allow you to add a die for point blank range.
Great.
But I need you to get a certain amount of successes to get her in the head. I need you to get like at least 2 to get her in the head.
Really? Okay. Total failure.
Total failure.
No. Oh.
Okay, here's what happens. You fire the gun into like the door of the car, and the bullet doesn't get all the way through and like hit her and do any kind of damage or anything like that. But you've pissed her off now. She throws the door open and she's gonna grab you and pull you out of the car. Here she goes. Just bring her stats up here.
I wish coding would have helped me in this situation.
This wasn't a really coding.
Not very
wasn't
code
really a
heavy.
coding. Yeah.
Hack her mind. Hack that mind.
Okay, Jen, I'm afraid that she's very successful with that. She gets like 4 successes. She pulls you out of the car, throws you out onto you're really out on like a 2-lane blacktop. Like she's throwing you out into the middle of the road. And she's like, "Do what I say, bitch!" And she's like coming toward you, and you can see she's getting ready for the mojo again. And let's go to Curtis Krieger. You finish feeding from this dog. What do you want to do now?
I think part of me wants to do the same thing to wounded dog.
I think that you should. I think that at a 3 hunger, and after having just slaked some of your thirst,
it's actually really good. You did attack me, and
you just walk toward it, and you. This is great. You just need to give me
dogs.
What? You don't need anything. He's wounded. He's like easy to catch. You just like lunge down on him and you bite into him and you start feeding from the wounded dog as well.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay. So Curtis is just out in the back, rolling around with dogs, eating them alive. Miles, you going up those stairs, right?
Yeah, babe.
So this is like an old building, and it's got like this kind of annoying things where it's got like the carpeted stairs, or you know what I mean? And like,
sure.
You run up like one flight to a landing, and you're looking up at a door up above, and the door up above looks like it's like kind of metal around it with like a big box on it, and it's like glass.
I'm not getting in there. Is there?
Nope, it's a little thin hallway. Like, and you hear below you hear Stu go, "Oh, that was the wrong way to run."
Oh God!
Yeah, right.
And then
he doesn't know what I'm capable of. Hold on, wait. And then what? He grabs me. Hold on, pal.
No, I mean,
what are my options? There's up above me. There's a door, security
and
door.
It looks like a security door. That's right.
And then what is up
below
above
you
me
is
mean?
the hallway you ran from. That's the hallway you ran from, and he's down there.
So up above me means what? Like I go up more
so you're
stairs?
on a little landing, and you'd go up a couple more carpeted stairs to this security door.
And around me is like wall, not glass.
Walls, and it's like, I don't know. They've got like some little like plaque from like 1996 that says like good service. You know what I mean? Like it's like things like you'd find in like a hallway leading up to the office of a mechanic's showroom.
All right,
motorcycle showroom.
I'd like to keep running to the upper security door.
Okay, you run up there, and you can tell it's the kind where you flash a card, and then something goes, and then you go inside. I mean, you can tell that because being a technical man, you know these kinds of things. But the glass looks like the kind of glass you'd put in a door like that, a security door to keep people out.
Is there any type of technology repair role that I can do to maybe know this model of lock and potentially it has a weakness?
Intelligence plus technology, 4 successes.
You got it, dude.
4. Woo.
Or a fountain. Oh, Jared! Oh, Jared! You fool! I got 5 successes.
Okay. So this is an old security lock, and because you're like the guy that installs crap and stuff like that. That sometimes like a regular credit card, if you just kind of like do Jimmy and ends, like slide it a bunch of times in the slider. Most people use the touch, but this is an old slide one. If you just like slide it a lot, if the thing's old and not working correctly, sometimes you got a rapid fire. Yeah, you get your rapid fire, and sometimes it comes open. You want to try that?
I certainly do want to scramble for my card.
Miles still has his old wallet.
Yeah. I go.
Yeah. And his maxed out credit card his maxed out credit card that hasn't been good for anything in a year. Yes. He does that, and bang, the door comes open.
Holy shit.
I bust in and close it behind me.
Stu comes up the stairs, and he's like fucking amazed that you did that. And then he like fucking like touches his pants, and he's like, fuck! Smashes his hand against the glass, and even though it's like thick security glass, it like cracks, and then he starts running back down the stairs. Jen Brown,
okay,
it's your turn now. I know what our friend here is going to do, but what are you doing?
Can I roll under the car?
You could try to roll under the car. Yeah, give me a Dex plus Athletics roll.
I can't wait for you to fail at rolling.
I do like a turtle, like I'm.
Oh no!
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Oh Christ! Me.
How did you fail?
Do I have to say it? Do I even have to say it? Yes. Total failure.
Okay.
That's me.
You're trying. The dice have been unkind to some of us tonight. You're trying to roll under the car. She kind of puts.
Thank you, free.
Yeah. She kind of puts her foot right in your path. You kind of roll under her foot, and then she is going to try her dominate trick on you again. And
I don't have time to do anything else, right? I'm guessing before this happens.
I'm afraid not. That was your turn. And here she goes again. She's going to go, get up and follow me. And you can resist this, though. Here we go. She's going to roll her.
What is it again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You're going to roll your intelligence plus resolve.
Okay.
She's gonna roll her.
I'm just really annoying her is what I'm doing. Oh well, she gets it.
She does, because she just rolled 1, 2. She rolled all successes. So now Jen Brown is stands in front of this woman, and she's like, come on. And she starts walking back down to the house, and you're just like walking with her, and you can't believe you're doing it. Okay, Curtis Krieger, you can take off another point of hunger.
Great.
At least Curtis is doing okay.
At this point, all the damage,
everyone but me.
all the damage I wrongly told you to heal earlier would have been healed by now, so you're good. Okay. You've got one dog kind of just sitting and watching you. And you've killed its 2 brethren, and you're down to only, I think, 2 hunger now, aren't you?
That's right.
That's great. You see that this junkyard has like an old barrel that they burn things in. It's got like old bikes that have been stripped or are rusting. It's got an old cars stacked up, and then up ahead there's a door, and it looks like it goes to the back of the garage, the place where they actually fix and refit the bikes. So what would you like to do?
And the garage is connected to the showroom that
by that hallway. Yeah. So if you went into the garage here, you would take not a hard left, but you'd take a left into that hallway, and then you could keep going left into the showroom.
Okay. And now here's another thing. Did I hear those gunshots that the ghoul set off?
Man, that would make sense. Yeah, it would make sense, right? So, but you were very busy.
I was very busy.
Yeah. I think you heard them though. It's a gunshot, and it wasn't far from you.
Are there other?
But that was way out. That was way out. Actually, no. I want a wits plus awareness roll. Let's see if you heard them.
Okay. Okay. Am I observant? 4 successes.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely heard them.
So I'm like, Jen, is there a fence gate at any point on the fence?
You could go around the building and.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't here, remember, because this is like the back lot that you came all the way around over some hills and came in the back.
I could only access the front by going through the garage.
It looks that way, yeah.
All right. I just walk to the door and try to stealthily see if it's unlocked.
It is completely unlocked. They don't expect someone to come in through that fence. And when you open the door, I don't bother with a stealth roll. I don't think he's expecting you or something. The proprietor, the mechanic,
I should say I have my gun drawn at this point.
Okay, the proprietor, the mechanic, he's going through like equipment on the shelf of the garage here, and you see him pull down like a torch, like a welding torch.
Okay. I just
He looks at you.
And he puts it down.
He might try to run. Why don't you give me an intimidate? Do you want to keep him in place? What do you want to do with him?
I say, drop it. Set it down slow.
Okay, set it down slow. Mm-hmm. You're going to need to make I think a charisma plus intimidation roll to get him to do that.
All right.
And he is going to resist that with his resolve plus composure.
Man, I am not very intimidating. I'm a wiry little cuss.
Yeah, you're a wiry little guy. Okay, he's rolling his resolve plus composure. How'd you do?
2 successes.
2 successes? Guess what he does?
Wow.
He flicks it on and suddenly fire comes out of it. And when that happens, Curtis, all of a sudden you're suddenly like the beast in you like rears up like you're terrified of fire. Give me a willpower roll minus that willpower that you spent earlier.
Okay. Fire burn, though, when you really think about it.
Fire burn. Yeah.
Fire do burn.
Fire be burning.
Much hurt on skin.
Fire burn. 3. I got 2 successes.
You got 2 successes. So you do not go into a flea frenzy from the fire. He was really, that was a gamble for him. He thought it might work. You can do whatever you want. Do you want to fire, or do you want to just like come in like throw it down, or something else that I haven't thought of?
I go and see if I can send guard dog at him.
I think that this
is that possible?
It is, but I think it would almost require another use of feral whispers, and your turn is almost kind of.
I never knew it was called feral whispers.
Oh, it's called feral whispers, baby. You know what? I'm gonna stick with you for a second. We're not all on the same initiative count here, so go ahead and roll it again. It's the rouse roll, and then it's manipulation plus animalism, which I think for you is 3 dice.
Right. Okay.
Call me Mr. Whispers. Mr. Feral Whispers.
Oh, dang it. I'm sorry. Oh, please. Na, 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 na. Okay, success on the rouse. And then 3 dice, for the thing. Wilhelm. 1 success.
Okay, but you only needed 1 dog. So all of a sudden, the one that you left standing comes in and is like, and you see him go, what? No, Casey! And then the thing like jumps at him. So now we come to Miles Vanderbuck. Miles, let me get out the map that I have here, or the description of the place, and make sure I know what you're looking at. Okay. You are looking right now at a small, mundane office. There are 2 desks. And there are like old like desktop computers on each desk. And there's like there's filing cabinets and a lot of, files and things piled up, old like motor magazines and things like that, auto manuals piled up. There is a door on the left wall, and then there's a door in the back out of this office.
Total of 3 doors. Security door, and then 2 additional doors.
Yeah.
One that looks like it goes out, and then another one. And then there's some filing cabinets. Jesus. How long do I think I have? How long did that take, like, to run up the stairs? Like, was that a 5-minute journey? And so maybe 10.
I don't
10
think
minutes?
not even remotely a 5-minute journey.
2 minutes.
Maybe.
I would like to spend literally 1 turn looking for something. Are any of these file cabinets or any of these things additionally locked?
The filing cabinets are not locked. The filing cabinets are not locked.
Or is there a computer and maybe it's a laptop and I'll just yank it?
There is no laptop. I can tell you that. Let's see here. You know what? Why don't you give me a wits plus technology roll?
If it's not in repair, can I use my 3 pips?
You cannot use your extra pip if it's not in repair because your specialty is repair, right?
So what does that mean? Like if I have technology repair and it's 3, does that mean it's just 2 for this roll or 1 or?
It's 3. You would get an extra die if you were repairing something or dismantling something, maybe, because you know how to like take apart the hardware of it. But this time you're just looking for like information on these computers, basically, aren't you?
Well, I'm sort of assessing what looks valuable and easily snatchable in 1 turn. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I got 1 success for that particular roll.
Okay. 1 success. I can tell you that with 1 success, I can tell you that you're just weirded out when you're like, what can I take? What can I take? These are big old computers. Like they have big hard drives. With 1 success, all I can tell you is that when you click one of them, like suddenly like the sleep mode goes off and you're looking at this ad that like looks like it would belong in like a porno magazine or something. And it says it's for corridor companions. And it's got like this woman like, and it's like, what is that doing here? Or why is that up? And it looks like it's actually like in like a graphic design program or something like that.
Okay.
And that's all I can tell you. I think that's what you spent your term doing. I'm sorry, 1 success wasn't enough for that sweet booty that you wanted. All right. But you got a different sort of booty. Okay. Let's go
I'm always
back
down to crank.
to Jen Brown. Oh, right.
Hi.
Jen, this woman is like looking back at you and saying, walking you down the driveway, dusting herself off. She's like very beautiful and sort of, like I said, dangerous, kind of like belongs in a prison sort of way. And she's like looking back at you and going like, you've caused us a lot of trouble tonight.
Can I even respond?
Yeah, you can respond. She didn't say that you couldn't talk. You have just agreed to like follow her down to the garage.
So I am me. She hasn't like taken over my mind. I just can't prevent myself from not moving in that direction.
You have to do what she says, but beyond that, you are sort of yourself.
Can I make any sort of check to see if I, like, for example, do I see any signs of Curtis or where he went, like how he made egress into this place? Or
I'm going to say that as you go down the down the driveway and into kind of, like I said, a lower area, and then it goes back up, it kind of like makes it hard to get a look at the whole place. They've chosen this place carefully, probably. It is their haven. So I think that probably it's tough for you to do that. But if you want, you can make a wits plus awareness roll, and I can maybe tell you something else.
Okay, I'll do that. Wits plus awareness. Okay. Oh boy. Wow. That's insane. I finally got a success. 1, but I got 1. I'll take it.
Great. I'm going to say that you look over at the house, because now you're passing by where the house is up on the opposite hill, and it's an old farmhouse, but you also notice that the barn behind it, there's a light on inside of that barn, and there's like cars parked inside of that barn. So what I've just told you is like where their cars are. It could be important, or maybe it won't be important at all, but you know now that with 1 success, that's what I can give you. Okay. And you will soon be at the gate that Miles like drove in through, or no, you came on foot, Miles, but this is where people would like drive onto the lot. You know, there's that little intercom, and this woman like takes out a card out of her pocket, hits the little gate, and then she is like opening like the big kind of metal gate to walk up to the garage.
And I'm guessing there's no sense I have that I can try to like, I'm under her thrall now, but there's no sense I have that I can resist in some way, that I can break through it.
Yeah, why don't you give me that intelligence plus resolve roll again right now?
Okay. Okay. Come on, baby. 2 successes.
You're trying, and you have to walk there with her.
Okay.
You can't not do that.
Okay.
Okay. And now we come to Curtis Krieger. Curtis, I'm going to go ahead and, just to keep this adventure moving along, say our man is on the ground and the dog has him. So you can keep moving. You can interact with him. What would you like to do? I will say that the garage is filled with stuff here. There are wrenches, pry bars, the aforementioned welding torch, and all kinds of things all over all of the walls.
All right. So how incapacitated is Costa?
That's right, Costa. Right now, Costa is wrestling with the dog, but it looks like the dog's winning.
Okay. I'm just going to let that continue to happen. I want to walk. I heard the shot, so I'm going to. Is there a window I can kind of like stealthily peep through to see if I can see what's going on?
You could open the bays of the garage here. Do you want to do that?
That's the only way I could peek out.
Or you could go into the hallway we mentioned and over into the showroom.
Okay. Okay, I do that. I slink there and kind of peek. And it's all very like stealthy, peeky.
Okay, as you do that, you see. Okay, as you do that,
it's all very stealthy.
You sneak over into the showroom, and I'm going to say that you see 2 things. You see Stu. Maybe you don't know he's Stu. You see a big black mane of black hair and a leather jacket and hot pants for a dude heading out of the showroom door, and through the window you see a woman with Jen Brown, because the floodlights are now on, like coming up the driveway, like a woman and Jen Brown entering through the gate outside.
Okay. So are they? Do they look like they're on a collision course? Like they're going to meet each other?
Yeah, they're going to meet each other. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm now in a building with a shut door with a vampire on one side of the glass. I know Miles was supposed to be in here.
Yeah. Oh, and you see signs of a struggle. I mean, there are vintage motorcycles that have been knocked over, tools and like things like scattered about the floor.
Okay. Okay. Damn. All right. Okay. I've got to. I walk back to the garage, and I assume that he's still like wrestling.
He's still wrestling with the dog. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I think I maybe give him a bit of the old suck.
I love it. I still want your Dex plus, your Dex plus brawl or your Strength plus brawl, but add your grapple. I still want that because he's going to be an easy difficulty because the dog is helping you. Mm-hmm. And now I just want to talk about Curtis Krieger having the most gangrel night of his life. He and a dog are now ripping at this guy together.
Yes, brother. And I can almost feel that the dog is like, the alpha gets the meat, the beta gets the scraps. 2 successes.
That's enough. He is suddenly in your thrall as you give him the kiss. And I'll say something else. His blood is like snorting cocaine. Like there's something in it that is like really like it's jet fuel. You're like, holy shit when you start to drink from him.
Okay. I don't take him all the way. I just want him incapacitated.
Okay.
Time is of the essence.
Like give me a you're only a hunger 2 now, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't you just give me a willpower roll. Now I don't know if Curtis knows just how much to use to just incapacitate someone and not kill them. I think he needs to make a composure plus, you ready? Medicine roll.
Okay.
This is knowing as a vampire exactly how much you can take to put them unconscious without killing them.
Okay, that's 1 success.
I'm going to say that as you finish, you're pretty sure. Okay. Like he's like laying there. You're pretty sure that you've like kind of made him like so. He does look way paler than he was before. Blood is dripping from your chin. The dog looks up and like licks it off of your chin. Mm-hmm. And let's move to Miles Vanderbuck in the office.
Okay, I said I was only going to spend 1 turn looking here because I don't know when Buddy's going to get back, so I'm moving it. I'd like to open one door, look out, get a sense of what's down there, and maybe check out the other door.
Okay, so the door on the side is the closest one to you, and it is locked. And the door in the back, when you look in there, you see that it's a little room. There is a window, but there's also a bank of monitors, and there are all these security cameras. And now you can very clearly see what's happening in the front. And since all this is kind of happening sort of concurrently and whatnot, so you can see Stu meeting this woman out front with Jen Brown standing behind her. And then you look to another monitor, and you see Curtis like look into the showroom for a second, and then you see him in the garage, and you see him like jump down on the guy, like, and okay. So, and you can click off security here. You can click it on.
Here's what I'm hoping for. Here's my plan to see if I can maybe do this. I don't know what else could be controlled from this station. But essentially, what I would like to do is in some way, like, see if Curtis is going to, like, pounce, and then at that point, help him in some way. So it's like looking at the monitors. If I kind of wait for a little bit and I see Curtis, because I know we're at different timelines, and he's, like, peeking around the corner with his gun, I would maybe want to see if I can, like, shut off the lights in the whatever room, or turn a thing on to startle people or anything.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. In fact, you could flick off floodlights. You could the floodlights outside from here. You could flash them. Those lights, like pretty much the lights in the showroom too. Like you could knock out a lot of the power from here. Let me see what else you could do. Oh, there's a big red button, an emergency alarm that alerts everybody in the complex all at once.
I don't want to do that. I just want to wait to see if Curtis is done feeding on that man, and then turn off.
I want to tell you something that is happening, though, that you just noticed. One camera says house, and it looks like it's like looking from the house out into the house's yard and driveway, and you can kind of see, on the far right side of this view, a little bit of the gate and the garage because it's over across the driveway. And as you're watching that camera, suddenly like darkness sort of seeps across it. The camera doesn't go off, like darkness just sort of seeps across it and blacks it out.
Oh, brother, we gotta get out of here. All right. I turn off as many main lights in the garage and the showroom and that front area as possible. Just like
you're knocking off lights. Okay,
yeah, turning them off. So I want where Jen is and Curtis and everybody, like darkness. I'll let them figure it out.
Floodlights go off. That's okay. Okay.
I'm scared.
Well, Jen is like captured, so in my mind, I'm thinking this might give her a chance to, I don't know.
Goddamn, get her out of there.
The woman says to Jen Brown, we're with you now. Woman says to Stu, who a guy, maybe you don't, I think you can pretty much assume is Stu. You recognize the jacket, right? He's coming down out of the showroom, and the woman says to him, like, where's the other one? And he goes, he's in the office. Yeah, I don't know. He broke in. I don't know what the fuck happened. And then she's like, hold on. And she turns to you and she's like about to say another thing to you to kind of like keep her hold on you, Jen Brown. And as her eyes go like this, the lights go out. The floodlights go out and everybody's like, what's happening? And you have that breaks the spell over you.
It does?
Yes. It's she only wanted you to walk up to the garage and you have done that now. So what would you like to do?
This is probably so ill-advised because I'm so bad at brawling and things.
Oh yeah.
But
baby, do it.
And I want to stab her in the heart.
With your stake.
Mm-hmm. I've got 10. I've got so
okay.
many.
You got a stake tote.
I got a stake tote.
Mm-hmm.
What could go wrong?
You
use willpower if you need to. Something, anything.
Yeah, all right. Give me a. This is in the book. I want to make sure I get this right. You need quite a few. You need quite a few successes to stake someone in the heart.
Really?
Give me a dexterity plus melee roll.
There's no way.
Well, why don't you give it a shot though? It's such a cool move.
I only have 2 pips available to me. Is that even enough to succeed?
Dexterity plus melee?
I have no melee.
You have no melee. Well, that makes sense. And they would all be hunger die too.
Yeah.
You know what? It's such a cool move for you to try, Jen Brown. I think you should try it.
All right, I'll just try it. I'm going to fail, but we'll see.
Who knows?
Well,
you don't know.
Get 2 successes. That's possible.
Roll your 2 hunger die.
She's
rouse
surprised.
Or do willpower or do like party boy maneuvers.
You know what you could do, Jen Brown? This is cool. You could rouse your blood with a blood surge. And you guys, I've never told you this about this before because I forgot. But also because I think this is the moment when Jen Brown finally realizes that she really needs it. Now she is thin blood. So and staking requires a -2 penalty to your roll. So that would leave you with no dice. But I'm going to let you try to blood surge, okay? And if you do that, that would maybe give you enough dice to try this.
Okay.
And yeah, let me make sure I'm getting the rule correct, okay? For your
Clint,
blood
get on
surge.
the blood surge rule.
No, I got it. You can increase your dice pool for 1 roll by your surge rating, which I think for a thin blood It might be 0. It might be 1. So that would give you 1 more die. Do you want to rouse your blood? You're already at hunger 3.
I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Let's stake somebody. Come on. That's what we're here for. We want blood.
Okay, here we go.
Rouse roll.
Rouse roll first. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
1 moment. Failure. I'm at hunger 4 now. That's fine.
You're at hunger 4, which is bad. And now I'm going to say you have 3 dice. I'm going to let you have 3 dice on this attack. So it's -2. So you have 1 die. You are rolling.
Come on, baby. It's a total failure. Total failure.
A total failure. Okay. Here's what happens. You your blood fills your muscles and fills and you come down on her, and the thing is, you don't stake her, you just slice her open with a scratch across her chest with the sharp point of the stake, and she's like, ah! And let's see if she frenzies from that. She does not. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna say she was busy talking to him. Your action was doing that. Let's move on. We'll come back to you in a second. Because I know exactly what's happening out where you're at. And now we come to Curtis Krieger again. Curtis, lights have all kind of gone off.
Okay, can I even see? Is it lit inside the office though? Or
I think Miles said he was. I think Miles said he was turning everything off. Yeah,
it's all darkness. So can I see? Can I? Okay, peeking around the corner, can I see them still? The trio out in the.
Not really. I mean, it's like you see shadows kind of moving around, but it's all dark. You're out in the woods.
Okay, I run back to the garage, and is there a button that opens the garage door, or is it manual?
It's you know what? It's an old garage. It's manual.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I call the dog over and just have Gacy by me. And I just roll up the garage door a little bit, like say a foot. And then I'd like to roll the torch canister that he was wielding at me with the hose and whatever. If it is possible to roll it or push it, slide it out that gap.
Awesome. Give me a Dex plus Athletics roll. And because I think this is such a clever idea, why don't you add a die to it?
Dex Athletics?
All
right, 4. 8. And is how far down did my hunger go after sucking?
You got down to 1.
Right. Well, if you suck till he's dead, if you sucked him off till he was dead, don't you get 0?
In theory he would, but he said he didn't want to do it till he was dead, just till he was unconscious.
2 successes.
Okay, you kick the torch out, and it kind of spins and rolls, and suddenly you hear everybody going, "What the fuck? What's that? What?" And turning, and you hear a female voice, you hear a man's voice, yeah, I mean, your distraction is being distracting. Let's see.
Blast it. Have it explode.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Ross knows what to do.
Okay, I'm going to, you got 2 successes with your little distraction. Stu got 1 on his let's behave smart roll. So he runs toward where that canister is.
As soon as I see him get close.
When we come back to you.
Okay.
Miles Vanderbuck.
Yes.
Yeah. What now, my friend?
I
can tell you that now a camera that's mounted on the gate of the the gate right into this building you're currently in, like the one you came through at the beginning with the intercom, that camera suddenly starts to fill with darkness and it goes black.
Oh, okay. So darkness, Shia coming. There's no other way in this room. It was this. Just so I know, nothing's gonna like bust through here. It's just this is a room, and then the door back into the office.
There are windows in this room, and then there's just the door that leads back into the office and the security door.
Can I see anything else that? Well, okay, you told me what things control. I got the thing, the cameras, the lights, and an emergency button. All right, I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run back because I don't know what I can do else in here. Don't know what I can do else in here. I'd like to go back and then go back to the locked door and try and use the lethal body and just like ram it open.
Give me a strength plus. I think just athletics roll to start bashing at this thing. Or if brawl's better for you, you can use that.
It is not, sir.
Okay.
Two successes.
Okay, and I am going to say, since you're trying to damage something, lethal body comes into effect too, and like we'll just add your potence die, and you just like smash off the doorknob with like your elbow, and it goes rolling across the floor, and now you can go into that area.
Well, before I look in, I just want to. It's like so not the right time to go rooting through file cabinets, but I feel like this room is important. Fuck it. No, Miles knows his friends are in danger. I'm going through this door.
Okay, when you go through this door, you find yourself in a small efficiency apartment. It is the definition of Spartan. Yeah, it looks like the world's worst Airbnb with like a sad TV, a little door back to the bedroom, a sad little kitchenette with a sink full of dishes. And all of the furnishings are a bit dowdy and depressing. So there's a bedroom, there's a bathroom, and there's a kitchenette and this living room area.
Can I roll? What skills are in this game? Oh, investigation, of which I have 0 pips in.
You could go into a room and I could tell you what's there.
Yeah, I would like to go. Is it bedroom, bathroom, kitchenette?
That's right.
I'd like to go in the bedroom.
You go into the bedroom, and the bedroom, once again, is very Spartan. There's just kind of a single bed, depressing little nightstand. But you are struck by the one decoration you've seen, which is on the wall opposite the bed, in a place where someone could kind of just stare at it while they were laying in bed, is a wall hanging that depicts 3 theatrical masks. And it looks kind of creepy.
Okay. Like the drama, the happy.
Not quite, because they're not like, but it's like just 3 of those kinds of masks, kind of like in a row, and it looks different than other theatrical mask motifs you've seen. You also see that there is a single photo in a frame on the bedside table.
Okay, take a look at the photo.
It's very dark, but let's say, there's a little bit of moonlight. You see a photo and it looks like 2 boys in the 1930s. Like young men, like, 12-year-old boys, like on a street corner in the 1930s. Maybe they were rolling a hoop along right before the photo was shot.
I take the photo out of the frame and shove it in my pocket.
Great. You do that.
I flip the mattress up as hard as I can. I'm trying to look under the mattress.
You don't find anything. Okay. Jen Brown, I'm going to tell you that you become acutely aware of this woman about to attack you, and 2 people have entered the scene, but it's dark everywhere. So 2 more people have entered the scene, and their faces are shadowed. You can't quite see them. But Stu has. I'm going to say, was there something you want to do before we find out if Curtis is shot?
I would like to see what happens with Curtis's shot.
I feel like the moment in this scene is Curtis's shot.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis, take your shot.
So what am I
shot in the
here?
dark.
A dex plus firearms, and it is a shot in the dark. So.
Oh, but if it's lit, it's like the only thing you can see.
Oh, did you lit that torch?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
I didn't.
okay.
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say that. So
in my head, I just rolled it out.
But did it ever not get lit?
So using moonlight only, using whatever available light there is. I need a dex plus firearms. Wait, Curtis is a former soldier. This is his shit. A dex plus firearms, but I need in the darkness here 3 successes.
Verfilm. Critical success.
Bang! The torch like just goes up, like boom, a thing of fire. You see Stu catch on fire and go like blasting back from it, and he immediately has to roll something. Yeah, he doesn't flee frenzy amazingly, but he has taken like he's taken 3 aggravated damage from that, and his face is like a melted, like brown, like fucking burn right now, and you can just see that for a second because there's like a little bit of fire still on him, and then suddenly someone interposes himself between all of you, between Jen Brown, between the woman that's like kind of grappling with her. He looks right at Curtis Krieger. You can't quite see him. It's dark, like it's still dark out there. And this gentleman, let's see. Wait 1 second. I'm going to get this right. I want to get this guy right. The Dark Lord. The Dark Lord has arrived. Okay.
Du hast me.
He's going to roll.
No, and I'd raised up the garage just about a little bit to cram that through, and then kind of laid prone to get the shot. So
okay, don't worry about it. He's not looking at you then. He can't see you. Like, you just kind of did your thing, like, under the garage door. But, okay. So, a man says, and he sounds completely calm, which is what's insane. As he approaches, the little fires that, like, that your little torch trick set off, like, it feels like shadows kind of cover them, and boom, they're like gone for a second. And then he says very quietly, like, let's all stop this. Please come out of there and let's talk. Stu, pick yourself up.
Can I see him from where I am?
You can't quite make him out. Like, his face is shadow, but you can see what he's wearing. And he looks like he's like wearing like 1940s style dress, like a pair of like big, like kind of khakis, like, and then like a short sleeve button down shirt tucked into a belt. And he looks like a muscular young man.
And I don't recognize his voice.
Not at all. But I can tell you that if you want to do something else right now, he seems very reasonable and very calming. So if you want to do something else, if you want to do something other than talk to him, I need wits plus resolve rolls.
No, that's okay. I think I'm going to step in so Curtis doesn't have to reveal himself yet necessarily, maybe. I'm going to kind of maybe step forward and say, what is this? Who are you?
Let's talk. Your friend needs to come out of the garage.
You can talk to me.
No, I need all of you here. We need to all talk together. Don't you think that's reasonable? You can see all of my people, and I can see all of yours, and we can have a conversation.
Can I somehow convince him to, like, he could take me to a position that is more advantageous for them, but I don't want him. I want to convince him that it's enough to talk to me without putting Curtis and Miles in a spot. But I'll go with him somewhere.
Go ahead and give me a charisma plus persuasion roll if you'd like.
I'm better at this. Did I just go up to Hunger 4? I did, didn't I?
It seemed like you did, yeah. So you are really jonesing right now, ticking out a little bit.
One success.
One success. I'm afraid that's not going to be enough.
Okay.
He says, don't make me ask again. Gather your people and we'll have a conversation. He goes, you've come into my home uninvited on a false pretext, and we have reason to believe that you've murdered associates of ours. Now, I think it's natural for us to feel threatened and to try to defend ourselves. So before we all do something that we can't take back, please call out to your friends, whoever they are, and let's all have a conversation.
How many people are around me?
I mean, the rest of his coterie. He has brought a woman with him, and you can see her. He's kind of still out in the shadow, but you can kind of see her a little bit. I mean, it's dark, but she's like this, pretty blonde girl who looks like just like a wisp of a thing, and she's wearing like a tank top and a pair of ratty old jeans, and she has no shoes on.
I'm going to say loud enough so that I don't know where Miles is, but so Curtis can hear me, hopefully. I'm just going to say, we're outnumbered. They're asking us to stand down and see what they do.
They know I'm in the garage. I'll just, the last time we met on your terms, you sicked a fucking werewolf on us.
That was not me. That was my friend Stu here. And Stu's like, God, fuck, my fucking face.
So you have to understand why we might not be so inclined to trust you.
No, I do understand, believe me. But I feel like the situation we're in is going to be very negative for both of us unless we come to an agreement.
What sort of agreement?
Well, I mean, let's start with this. I'm not mad, but is Mr. Costa dead?
No, I don't. I'm like, I kind of glance over at the guy and I'm like, was he wearing one of those shirts with a name tag? with the garage.
He was kind of off duty. He wasn't working in the garage. So no, he's not. He's wearing like a old flannel shirt and like jeans.
Costa's alive, but let's just say he's incapacitated.
Okay. So, so far we haven't made any irrevocable mistakes. Please come out so I can talk to you. Tell me who you are and why you're here.
I have another proposition to make. Your associate, who tried to kill us, takes a little ride with us, and we pretend like this never happened.
Now you're starting to speak my language. You're saying things, and again, you never see his face. There's just always like a little shadow over it. He's like, these are things that, we can discuss. Please come out of the garage.
I don't think we have a choice.
As your storyteller, I will just say you always have a choice. So if this is about to be another fight, it can be.
I don't want this to be a fight, but I feel like I have an advantage position here, and I don't want to just walk into the open. Why can't we talk right here?
Let's talk right here. Let's talk right here. Okay? My name's Buddy. What's yours?
You can just call me Kurt.
Okay, Kurt. And what's your name, young woman?
Jen.
Okay, Jen and Kurt. And is there someone else here with you tonight?
We know they saw Miles.
What's his name?
I don't know where he is.
Miles! We're all having a chat!
Do I hear that?
Yeah.
I'm like, still frantically searching around this room.
You can keep doing that, or you could come out, or whatever you'd like to do.
I'd like to register that and maybe like keep searching in other rooms, but see if I'm going to get called out again. Because how would I ever trust that and know that to be a thing?
Yeah.
Can I kind of ask, or say, I guess, you're anarchs, right?
No, we are not anarchs. No. So already, I think I know why you're here. And I can tell you that you've made a horrible mistake. We are not anarchs. I am an independent operator. I am not part of the anarch movement, nor do I espouse their beliefs or principles. So you've made a mistake. Miles! You look very hungry, Chen. Are you okay?
I'm like shaking and shit.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Carla could help you. Carla could help you with that.
Carla doesn't seem none too pleased with me right now.
He looks at the woman that you've been dealing with in this session, and he's like, "Help her." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Do it." And she's like,
Ooh, hell yeah, Carla.
Satana.
And Jen, your hunger goes down by 1.
Ooh.
Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, it does.
Consult the bones.
The bones have been consulted.
What do you mean you're an independent party?
Not everybody is a member of the Camarilla or an anarch. It's a very, it's a very simple way to view the world, wouldn't you say? Can I please see Miles? Why am I still waiting?
Look, I'm
in another part of the house. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Miles, you're looking through stuff up here, right?
Yeah, and I would maybe, theoretically, I've explored all the bits up here, right? There's like,
you're like going through the cabinets in the kitchen. It's like really depressing. It's just identical cans of beans.
Yeah.
Like
this is a dwelling.
Yeah.
And then a dwelling, an office, and security cameras. That's what's behind this secure door realm.
Yes, but I'll say, you're searching and you find that there is actually an exit out of this apartment that goes to a place like, okay, it goes down some stairs back out to like the side where the driveway is, because there's the back where Curtis was. And there's the front where everything else was taking place. But if you go through the gate and then you go around the side of the building, there's a little door that leads up to the apartment, so that people could just go into the apartment if they wanted, instead of going through the business.
I'd like to go out that way, because in my mind,
I don't know what's going on. So I'm sneaking. I'm going down there, sneaky style.
And then now I'm outside around the side of the building, I guess.
And you see just a shadowy, if you're looking around the side of the building, you just see a shadowy group of, what is it, 6-7 people now? Like, no. It's Buddy. It's Carla. It's Buddy's lady friend. It's Stu clutching his face, and you see Jen Brown standing with them as well. And you can hear Curtis speak a little bit.
Okay, I still have this tire iron in my hand, I guess. Sort of ready it and see what's going on. If that shadow figure says, "Miles, come on out," I would say something. But if they haven't said anything, I'm just gonna wait.
Miles,
what do you want?
I'm just I'm so relieved that Miles is alive.
Now we can talk.
Well, go on, talk. We've been looking for that Stu fella for
almost 2 whole nights.
He says,
and he's a wanted man in the Camarilla.
Oh.
No, why is Stu a wanted man in the Camarilla?
That's not up for us.
Assurance.
They're lying to you. They're fucking lying, buddy.
How do we have any assurance that if we give you any information, you're not just going to kill us after?
Look, I'm an independent operator, as I said. I am not against the Camarilla in any way, but I also want absolutely nothing to do with them. Now, if I disappear, you three, I have no idea how many more Camarilla vamps are going to come waltzing up my driveway, fucking up my operation, throwing my very expensive bikes around, and damaging my things. So that's something I would very much like to not happen. So I'm wondering if we can come to some sort of deal. You're here looking for anarchs?
We're here looking for Stu. They didn't tell us why they need him. They just said they need him.
They killed my dad! Shut up, Stu. You want Stu.
We don't want him. We have to do something.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Okay.
I'm coming back with a prize.
Assuming that I was willing to hand over Stu. What? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking... Shut up. And now you see the two women kind of like close in around Stu a little bit. And I need to see if Stu's going to...
Stu's coming.
Holy shit. He frenzies. And now is the best part of any role-playing game where the game master rolls a bunch of dice for characters that you're not involved with.
Oh, if there's a fight going on, actually, no, I'm going to stay back. I realize.
Okay. All right. Okay. He knocks Carla like across the parking lot, like, but the little blonde woman like just like fucking suddenly has him. Like she's like half his size and she's just like got him and he's like like he's like going nuts. But he's like, if I give you Stu, I need to ask a favor from you.
What's that?
I would like to allow Miss Carla to use her capacity for Mentis Imperium to remove your memory of me, this place, and how you found Stu. I mean, we could make it, safe for you. She wouldn't do it here. We would take all of you back to our adjunct haven that Stu uses, and she would just remove your memory that you were ever here or that I exist or any of my friends, except for Stu, of course.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
The Camarilla made it seem like it was just them or the anarchs. Do they not know you exist at all?
That's right. And I'm very interested in keeping it that way.
How did you do that?
Yeah, like I'm going to tell you that out in the middle of a parking lot. Do you take the deal? Come on, guys. Are we talking turkey here? Have I made a sale?
Yeah. We'll take it. God damn it.
I don't want to go to any secondary location to get my fucking mind wiped.
We'll do it right here, one at a time. So anybody who knows, so if you pull anything fishy, my friends here are gonna do something fucking crazy. God damn it.
Right.
Do me first.
Well, then we got no problems. Carla, Alice, prepare Stu for transport. And now Carla and Alice are like dragging Stu, and like you see Carla like getting in front of Stu and like, doing her mind whammy on him, and he stops like frenzying and is just like, and he follows her into the garage, and they're coming into the garage now. Curtis, do you want to stay and watch them?
Yeah, I'm going to back me and Gacy will back into the hallway. And
Gacy's now doing his own thing again. He's
okay,
kind
yeah,
of like wandering off, but he's not attacking you. And you see that like Carla's like, lie down on the table. And Stu's like, don't do this. Don't do this. I'm one of you. Please don't fucking do this, man. He's like laying down on like the place where they work on engines and things like that. And then you see like Carla and Alice, the blonde, like they get out like saws and they just start sawing his legs off. He's like, no!
What is happening?
holy shit.
Jared.
And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Oh wait,
Why did it start his legs off?
What's that?
really fast. While
Yes.
this is happening and people are distracted, is there any way that I could like reach into my phone and surreptitiously either audio or whatever record or do some sort of something?
Drop a pin.
Oh, don't worry. You guys said that you were getting your mind erased here. You agreed to it. So we'll see if Jen gets her little film next time.
All right. Ooh, baby.
That's it. That's tonight's session. I want to thank my incredible players, as always. I mean, for making that so fun and also bearing with me while I continue to learn the rules of 5th edition Vampire. Thomas Middleditch, Ashley Burch, and Ross Bryant. Find out about everything they do and then pay to have some of it. That sounded weird. But anyway, be their fans and follow them on the social medias. I'm going to say goodbye to my awesome players. Thank you guys again so much. And we will continue this next week. Bye-bye. Thank you. And I'm going to hang out here for just a little bit longer. If anybody has questions, comments, or just wants to tell me, Logan, learn the rules before you run a game, you can tell I'm insecure about it. I thought I had a handle on it. How many years have I been a GM? I mean, since I was very young. So not Vampire and those games, the old World of Darkness were the games I played the most when I was a teenager, like in 1996 in Knoxville, Tennessee, where I lived in 96 and really got into the White Wolf games. So if we're talking like 96, then that's how long I've been a GM, basically. Did the group do anything unexpected that you had to think quickly about, Jared? Everything. Everything they did was completely unexpected. You know, I will go ahead and toot my horn and say I'm proud of tonight because the thing that made this cool was that this is just a location and vampires that dwell in the location, and they have things they can do, and the location has places that the people can go, and that's all I had, really, you know. And then our players come in and they mix it all up and make a lot of things happen. So it was almost all unexpected, which is what makes it fun to game master a session like that. It's not as fun when you kind of know what's going to happen. Most unexpected thing, Curtis's awesome, like, distraction and then getting the critical success on the shot. That was awesome. That was unexpected. Any plans for release the adventure or your GM notes when you've wrapped the story? So I will say that, you know, and I've mentioned this to the players before, even though it doesn't seem like we are close to the end of the story, we're actually close to the end of what I would call like book 1 or whatever. You know what I could do? I don't know if I could release the adventure because a lot of it's just like loose notes. I couldn't release the chronicle, but I could release like this coterie that they just tangled with and their headquarters and all that. I think that that's something that I could put out there, and that's something maybe other people could use. I don't know. So yeah. So maybe this is someone who is getting used to tabletop role-playing games. This is all made up, but I make a lot of notes beforehand. So this is just for tonight, right? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like 7 pages. 3 of those pages are just the stats of the various NPC non-player characters, but this is just for tonight, and this was just kind of one. And then I have this whole document that's just about the garage and all the places in the garage. You know, there were other locations they didn't even look at that would have had a lot of crazy stuff for them to see, and even other NPCs to interact with. But I made it all up. I wrote it all. Man, you know, I will say that, like, as opposed to when I run my Cthulhu games or a D&D game, I feel like a Vampire, you get so invested in the characters that it would be tough killing one. But at the same time, I really don't want to pull my punches, because you can start feeling that when you know what, I already think I pull them a little bit. Some people would just say I'm fair. Other people would be like, I think you're pulling your punches a little bit, like, because I don't want to just trash the players and be like, sorry, you didn't know that guy was there. Like, I want to give any plots or plans or cool ideas they have like a chance to succeed. But I mean, and the nice thing about Vampire is that you know, even if you put them in torpor, barring like burning their body totally, they can still come back. So I knew that if my players tonight just kept fighting these guys, and that was totally an option for them, it might go really badly for them, but they might not be completely dead when it was over. How does a DM deal with terrible rolls from players? Do you let it happen, or do you tweak it so they don't constantly die? Well, people have reminded me, people that watch this and comment in the chat have reminded me that, you know, there is a kind of a succeed at a cost option. So when a roll fails, you know, you can say, and you know, sometimes this is like a formal rule in some role-playing game books, like succeed at a cost. I think it is in the Vampire book. But I think it's just a good idea to do in any game. People can fail, but you let them like get the clue if it's like a very crucial clue, or you let them like get the door open if that's like really the best thing for the story. But you make something bad happen related to it. There's some cost to what they've done. So I think that's a really good way to deal with failed rolls. But you know, it takes a lot of practice to just figure out like, what would be best for the story here? And it's almost always the coolest thing that would happen in a movie. So if failing would happen in a movie, well, then you let them fail. Yeah, fail forward. Yeah, like it's just a good idea, right? And also, like, we're not watching these characters because they are lame, silly wusses who mess up. We're watching them because they are exceptional in some way. You know, this is not a realistic world. So if I let a character succeed when they've failed, but then make sure there's a cost, I feel like I'm filling the genre, what the genre wants, the action horror genre. Oh, thanks. And I'm really, really excited for this Sunday's session. We've got a really kind of cool one planned. I made another giant document for it. It's a big randomizer like tonight was. So I have no idea what's going to happen. Okay, I think it sounds like we're wrapping up. So what I will say is thank you, everyone, for watching. This was such a blast to run tonight. Please watch our Sunday show. It's the Neptune Society. That's going to be 2 p.m. on this Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific. Yes, a recap of what happened tonight. That's what I can end with. That's what I will do. Check out tomorrow night our lab show. The lab show is we're running the Hero Instant. I'm playing Agent Bride. I'm playing Agent Bride, who is the Bride of Frankenstein as a secret agent, and it's been very fun. And our good friend Andy Ashcraft is running that game because he created and wrote the game. He wrote the entire game, the Hero Instant. So that's tomorrow night. Sorry, I keep doing that. Friday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, a recap of tonight. Well, when we last left our anti-heroes, they had come to Costa's garage in McKeesport. Miles had gone in under the pretext that he was a buyer. Jen stayed in the car with the detective that Churchill Jackson had hooked them up with. And Curtis went pathfinding out through the woods, came around the back of the building, and snuck into the back kind of junkyard lot behind the garage. Curtis tangled with some attack dogs tonight. He failed his animalism rolls at first and couldn't control them. Eventually, he started to kind of, eliminate the threat, and then he just started feeding on the dogs because his hunger was up at 4, and so he just ate 2 of our canine friends and sucked them dry. Jen Brown, her detective friend, went to go check out someone he saw outside the car. She saw some gun flashes. Then he was gone, and this woman was approaching the car. Jen tried her classic trick of driving over someone, but it didn't work out for her. She got stopped before she got the car running and got mesmerized by this vampire into following her back down to the garage. Miles Vanderbug had some great rolls tonight. He got thrown across the showroom, but then he knocked down Stu Hedley, who had come in and started attacking him. Stu Hedley, the barfly, the guy, the anarch that they've been chasing for a couple sessions. He came in, saw Miles, was angry. Miles had killed his dad and attacked. Miles, knocked him down, ran out of that room, ran up the stairs into an office area, used his technical expertise to figure out a way to jimmy the lock through a security door. It was great. So long story short, all these fights were going on. Curtis took out Costa, the mechanic who runs the garage, by using the dogs the one dog he was able to get under his sway. And eventually everybody kind of started meeting out in the front lot because all of the different webs of people were kind of converging. And Curtis did the cool belt. Miles found a security mainframe and kind of shut off all the lights in the building. So suddenly everything went black. Jen Brown was able to act again. They were all out in this front lot, and Curtis did this sweet-ass move where he kicked a torch. It went spinning out into the lot, and he fired on it with his gun, and it blew up in Stu Hedley's face, melting his face, doing aggravated damage. And that's when a mysterious gentleman named Buddy, who apparently leads this coterie, appeared and offered them some courtesy and a very fair deal, which is that he would give them Stu if they would agree to be dominated into forgetting his coterie and his operation exists. And so the last thing we saw was Stu being thrown onto one of the tables in the garage and cut apart by saws by the other members of the coterie, because they're apparently going to stuff him into something so that our PCs can take him back to the Camarilla. And that's your recap. And that's the end of the show for tonight. I thank you guys so much for being here. #GetPink. And we will see you next week.